Sometimes I wonder if there's any hope for us as people of abuse. If we're just doomed to keep repeating the same cycles. So I'm out walking today. I'm in an area I don't normally go to. And I come up upon a woman and a man out on the sidewalk fighting. The woman is trying to walk past him, and the man won't let her. He's got his hands on her shoulders, and he's stopping her from continuing on her way. She's steady saying, "Leave me alone, let me be, let me go." So I got in between them, and I told him that he needed to leave her alone. And he told me that I didn't understand, and I needed to just keep going, and I said no, because I have seen abuse too long in my life to just walk past it. My mother was beaten by my father until the day he killed himself. Until the day he took his own life. While in the process of beating her, she would not leave him. She would make excuses. Everybody would make excuses. They would say, well, it's not just him. She fights back too. She screams. She starts it. And she did. After years and decades of abuse, it's all you know. It doesn't mean that she ever deserved it. It doesn't mean that any of us ever deserved to live in that house. So, I tried to reason with him, and he had no reason. I told him if he didn't leave her alone, I was going to call the police. Because I was not going to walk away and leave her there in his hands. I wasn't. And even with me there, he was not going to let her walk away. I threatened multiple times to call the police before she told me to just go ahead and call the police. Once she told me to call them, I did. And once he heard the siren, he ran. He ran across the street, and he got their kids. And he brought their kids over to tell the cops that it wasn't just him. And this 13-year-old girl comes running over crying, screaming at her mother, saying, "What did you do this time? It's always you, it's always you." And it just broke my heart. I saw my own sister running and screaming at our abused mother, saying, "What did you do this time? What is it this time? It's always something, and it's always you, isn't it? It's always you." And I got mad. And I talked to the little girl, and I told her that it wasn't just her mother. That even if it was sometimes her mother in that situation, I was the one that called the police, and not anybody else. Because I saw what I saw, and I couldn't walk past it. And I told her why. I told a 13-year-old girl that my father killed himself while beating our mother. Because I wanted the gravity and the realness of what could happen to reach her. And she just ignored it completely. And said, well, she does it too. She's too. It's her too. It's not just him. There's always going to be somebody to make excuses for the abuser. Even the abuser's children will stand in your face and make excuses for them. My father's children still make excuses for him. And all I could see in that little girl that was making excuses for her abuser father were my own sisters. Still making excuses for their abuser father decades after his death. Still can't be honest. Still can't even look at themselves and say that we deserved better. And that little girl's going to be the same way. In a couple of years, she's going to wind up with an abusive man, thinking that that's what she deserves because it's all she's ever known. Just like I did. just like my sister did, just like so many women in my family have done. Because you can be abused for so long that you no longer even know what abuse is. It's just normal, and you don't know what love is anymore, because abuse is all that's normal. I hate what I just saw. I hate that that little girl came out immediately blaming her mother when her mother was being abused. I hate that I understand the mindset that made her do that. I hate that there's nothing else I can do now but just walk away. And pretend like this isn't happening in every other home that I pass.